taking three.
Going for the St. Louis now.
Oh no!
Son of a bitch.
You get your two?
Yeah. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thotgor here, of course, and today we're taking a look at another ranked battle. I know. We saw one yesterday, and I said I wasn't going to make a thing out of it, but I had a really good game in this Nagato that I played earlier today, and I just thought that maybe I should share it. I mean, going for the Hindenburg, right? And I'm almost there, less than 1,000,000 credits away. I'll probably get it later today. Ranked battle is actually a really good place to rack up some credits really easily, and that's sort of what I've been doing once my premium ships are done with their 2.5 or 1.5 for the day. Just start playing some ranked battles here and try and get some credits. So anyway, that's basically what I'm doing, the idea behind it. On top of that too, though, now that I'm talking about it, I really have been enjoying playing this Nagato in ranked battles. I sort of forgot how great the Nagato was, because at the time when I had the Nagato, I was more concerned about getting myself to the Imagi. It never really gave the Nagato as much love as I have for her now, which is crazy. But I'm really enjoying playing the Nagato anyway. So we're on North and Northern Lights, whatever. This is a fairly common map that we're going to get on, and the team seems fairly certain that we're going to be. I wasn't too 100% sure on that, because there were some conflicting responses there, but it looks like we're going to be. So that's where I'm going to head. Try and stay with the team, right, obviously. Now there is an aircraft carrier in this battle as well, which is something that I don't see too often at my current rank. I'm only rank 14, so I don't know if more aircraft carriers start making appearance in the higher ranks. I'm not sure. But anyway, I haven't seen too many myself. So we're just sizing up some of the enemies, right? I do have an excellent range here on the Nagato, but at this point in time, I don't want to start firing just yet. I want to wait and see if a few more ships start appearing, just to see what else I can fire at. But obviously, nothing else appeared, so yeah, we're going to take some shots off the Nagato, and let's see if those do anything. And then as well, I was pretty concerned about the aircraft that were ahead of me as well. There are quite a few aircraft out there, but luckily too, well, I guess not at this point. At this point in time, my aircraft carrier isn't doing a whole lot. I'm pretty sure my aircraft carrier is more concerned about taking out the enemy aircraft carrier than than actually covering our team. But at this point in time, my destroyers are there in A right now, and they seem to have a handle on the situation, except for, well, the player who just died there. That was unfortunate. So I put some more rounds out, hoping to actually do some damage. Maybe this salvo. I did fire them off. I can't remember if it was the Mahan or the Nagato. There we go. I do hit two things. Two shells do hit, but it wasn't, didn't do a whole lot. Still cruising towards B though, right? That was the overall objective. Now I do see the Cleveland behind me on the minimap. We can see it as well. That's the Cleveland, so kind of pulling away from the group, and I was like, what is this guy doing? Really could use a Cleveland over here to help deal with some of the destroyers that I know are in A. The destroyers are, a big threat to a battleship, not only because of the torpedoes, obviously, but just the amount of fire that the destroyers can put down range and keep a battleship on fire. It can really escalate and get out of control very quickly. So putting some shots into the enemy Nagato that's making his way in through A. You can see that my team is currently fighting it out over B, and B still remains the objective at this point in time. I wasn't willing, obviously, to swing into A and start contesting A, even though, there's a Nagato there, and he's fairly close to me right now. I still want to keep the overall vision of going to B. That's going to be my plan. One thing I did do with the Nagato, and as well because of the 2x commander experience that's happening this weekend, a lot of my commanders are on their level 4 ability, working towards level 5, or they're just about to get the level 4 ability. My Nagato just got his level 4 ability, the commander, and so I could have went with the increase to hit points, but I thought I'd do something a little different, and I went with, well, not necessarily that different, I'm sure a lot of people do it, but I went with the advanced firing training on the Nagato, so the increase to my AA range and my secondary range. So I figured that would be interesting to have here on the Nagato, especially in the ranked play while I'm playing her for however long until the ranks change or until the tiers change. But I figured it would be useful to have on her, so that's what I chose to do. And we're going to see at least I saw and noticed the power of that in this battle. I've already shot down a number of planes, and I do have some allied ships around me, so I was figuring that a lot of those deaths were probably attributed to the allies that I have around me, right? Our AA sort of combining it and shooting down enemy planes. But I was surprised at the end of this. Anyway, my team has managed to take care of B, and we're now capping B, so this is fantastic. I do have some torpedoes coming in because there is a Hatsuharu around. We can see him over there now, and I'm trying to turn to get out of this, but yeah, I am going to end up taking one torpedo here, which isn't too bad. I mean, that's really the first bit of serious damage I've taken all battle. I'm able to repair it and start healing quickly. Eyeing down the Nagato though, right? This Nagato is coming right up this channel. There's no real need for me to continue the push into B, because if we look at B, my team already has it, and it doesn't look as though there's many enemy ships on the other side of B opposing it, right? So it looks like the majority of the enemy ships are in fact at A. So it would be a good idea for me to get myself turned around so I can start engaging this enemy Nagato at fairly close range, as well, support my other friendly battleship here as well to get this player gone. So that's what I'm attempting to do here. So I'm going to start making my turn. I do have to adjust the speed of the ship slightly though, because I really don't want to ground myself once again. That would suck. So I've got the Hatsuharu. I don't really have anything else to shoot at, so I figure, what the hell, I'm going to put a few shots into this Hatsuharu, see if I manage to do any damage. Sometimes you get lucky, not all the time. That time I did not get lucky. Obviously I overled the target and the shots missed. Anyway, still sizing up the enemy Nagato, and we can take a look here and get a better sense as well as to where the enemy team is and how they are deployed. You can see that majority, again, yeah, they're all over here at A. Some of the cruisers are outliers over on the west side, but nothing too serious. I mean, if they're all balled up like this, we should be able to do some significant damage, especially considering we have two friendly destroyers in and behind the enemy push. So I was hoping that those two friendly destroyers that I have back there behind behind A, would be able to get in there and sort of help out us in our endeavors to sort of, stop the enemy push here out of this A point. Didn't really happen. You can see that my friendly aircraft carrier is, busy engaging the enemy aircraft carrier. My destroyers are on the way to the enemy aircraft carrier as well. So, it looks like we're going to have to do something about this. So we do have the enemy New Mexico now coming into play. The enemy Nagato is on really, really low health, and you can see that my team are continuing to engage the enemy Nagato. So I wasn't necessarily too concerned about finishing off the Nagato, because it does look like the Nagato is going to be going down here any second at all. I just need to hold my fire momentarily, wait for, and then, yeah, Nuremberg pops up, and I figure, well, that Nuremberg is going to go down. The chances of him surviving aren't too great. So there we go. I fire off the stern guns at the Nuremberg. We fire off the bow guns at the New Mexico. I get the kill on the Nuremberg, which is fantastic, with a nice citadel, and I do a bit of damage to the New Mexico, so that's not too bad. Now it's down to 4 enemy ships to our 5, so we do have an advantage here, so this is pretty great, but we do see my ally battleship is about to go down as well. There's a few torpedoes incoming. Doesn't really matter if those hit or not though, because he's such low health. There we go. So my friendly battleship is gone. Now it's 4v4. There's the Hatsuharu once again, so I am going to take some few shots off here at the Hatsuharu and try to do a bit of damage. I'm obviously not going to be focusing on the Hatsuharu, but I am going to keep this player in mind, try to avoid any incoming torpedoes, make my path unpredictable, while, angling against this New Mexico and getting myself turned back around this island, because at this point in time things aren't going so well, right? Both my friendly destroyers who are alive aren't really in a position that I can get near them and help them out. I mean, I do see the friendly destroyer that's in A capping it right now, and I thought that guy was going to be, pretty sound, pretty good, because, he's going to take the cap and there's not too many enemy ships around, so I was figuring that guy's cool. But the other friendly destroyer is off with the enemy aircraft carrier, and there's no way I'm going to get over there, so I'm circling around trying to get with my friendly aircraft carrier. More torpedoes from the Hatsuharu come in, and again, I eat another torpedo, but it's good, okay, no problem. I'm able to repair this and heal some of this damage as well, so yeah, not too bad. We'll continue to engage the enemy New Mexico here. Taking a look around though, we can see that my friendly destroyer at A is coming under some fire here from the Hatsuharu, in fact, who has managed to reset the cap, so that does kind of suck. Didn't really see that coming. Get some more shots into the enemy New Mexico, do a bit more damage here. More importantly, my friendly aircraft aircraft carrier finally is starting to come into play here, and finally I start getting some air support, which is so fantastic. When I saw these planes going in, I was very, very, very happy. Up until I saw the results of the actual strike. So torpedoes go in. Yeah. Looks like all those torpedoes were launched too close of a range, so the torpedoes didn't have time to arm themselves before they actually ran into the New Mexico. So that was a little unfortunate and a bit of a letdown. I wasn't too thrilled, and then there we go. I take a big hit there from the New Mexico as well, and I'm down to about half health now. I am waiting on my heal ability, so that's going to be about a minute 16 remaining on that one. So it's going to, I do have to play it a little careful here with this New Mexico. So I'm trying to keep myself angled, but at the same time I'm also trying to get the maximum amount of firepower out of my Nagato that I can, which does mean firing all 4 turrets. So it's a bit of a risk here, and right now I'm not necessarily at the best angle, right? So my intention is to fire the bow guns and then turn away, fire the rear guns, and then turn into the target and fire the bow guns again. But I don't actually do it. I sort of end up going in a straight line, and I am getting fairly lucky with this at this point in time. You can see the return shots from the New Mexico didn't do too much damage. Wasn't able to get any more shots than the New Mexico, but I do have this Miyoko popping up here. So I'm all loaded, ready to go, so I figure, what the hell, why not fire some shots off the Miyoko? So shots are out. They're looking pretty good. The Miyoko's on full health, so if I can get a nice citadel hit on them, that would be pretty fantastic. No luck there, but I do have the bow guns coming online here shortly, so I guess that was the stern guns, rather. But anyway, we send those shots out, and hopefully we do a bit of damage there to the Miyoko. Not expecting a whole lot, and then suddenly, blam, 2 citadel hits in that one shot, so that was pretty great, and I also earned myself a high caliber medal there, so not too shabby at all. But I do really need to deal with this New Mexico, because the New Mexico is going to start engaging myself and the friendly aircraft carrier, so we have to do something about the New Mexico, but I don't want to get too far out of position, right? I do also want to protect my B cap, so this is really one of those critical points in the battle, right? And something that you need to recognize when you're playing yourselves is the positioning of the enemy that you're firing at. I don't really want to chase down this New Mexico. At the end of the day, if I just go off to the edge of the map with the New Mexico and we have a big battle and duke it out, we're still going to lose, because the enemy ships that are remaining around the caps will just come into my cap and take it. It's only myself and the friendly aircraft carrier remaining, so I need to keep these things in mind. So anyway, I am under attack from the enemy aircraft, but yeah, it wasn't such a big deal. I did think that it was going to be a whole lot worse, but I've got some friendly fighters above me, right? We can see them above me here. We can see some enemy fighters coming in as well, but I wasn't, too concerned. We have the Hatsuharu over here, who has made a horrible, horrible mistake, so I've got shots going in, and I was cringing when those missed. I was like, oh, you son of a bitch. I've got more torpedoes coming in, so I need to avoid these torpedoes. Obviously, I don't want to take another torpedo hit. That would suck a lot, but I am going to take down this Hatsuharu. The Hatsuharu has to go. I've got the island in between myself and the New Mexico right now, so I'm shielded against New Mexico's fire, and so is my friendly aircraft carrier. The friendly aircraft carrier parked behind an island, smartfully as well, and is hidden back there. Take a few shots from the enemy New Mexico, though. It manages to still get a few shots off at me. There we go. I do manage to take out the enemy Hatsuharu. Fantastic. I have a enemy Miyoko coming up now, though, and I didn't want to turn to the port because none of my guns are facing that way, and I was only going to get one shot off this guy, so I wanted to make it count. So I'm going to line up in the enemy Miyoko here. We fire off the first 2 guns, and they don't do a whole, well, they do a whole lot of damage, but they didn't get a citadel, and I need a citadel if I want to take down this Miyoko. So I'm continuing my turn because I'm fully aware that there's an island in front of me here as well. So you can see I'm actually at half speed. Suddenly I notice a lot of enemy aircraft coming in, and I was very concerned at this point in time that I was going to die. Shots continue to go into the Miyoko, and I still haven't gotten a nice citadel hit to be able to take this guy out, but he's on very, very low health, so once I reload here I should be able to finish him off, and then we can finally focus on the enemy New Mexico once again. I'm on very, very low health, managed to repair the fire here. I am healing my ship now, well, once I hit the T button there, because look at the health I have. I have just so little health. All of those aircraft that came in got all shot down, not by myself and by my friendly aircraft carrier fighter planes, so thank you so much, buddy. Saved me there. We can see only 2 torpedo bombers made it through, and both those torpedoes missed. I'm getting incredibly lucky with the incoming shots here from the enemy New Mexico. I mean, look at my health. It's basically all over for me is what I was thinking, and I was cursing the team, and I was cursing myself, and I was like, oh my god, why am I letting myself get bothered with these stupid ranked battles? What am I doing? But luckily, again, the return shots from the New Mexico aren't doing a whole lot of damage. We can see that shot come in. I was cringed and, gripping my chair at that point in time. I put some shots into the New Mexico, take out one of his turrets. We can see finally my friendly aircraft carrier has a nice torpedo run, gets 2 torpedo hits there, leaves the New Mexico very low health. I managed to kill and get a close quarters expert medal for it as well, which is fantastic. And now there is only one enemy ship remaining, the enemy carrier. Now the enemy carrier is going to be sending dive bombers at me for the remainder of the battle, but at this point I was freaking out. Couldn't believe that I managed to survive to this point. I mean, look at my hit points. I don't have that many remaining. I think it's a little over 6,000. Look at the number of planes that I shot down too. It was at this point in time that I realized, the advanced firing training on the Nagato for ranked battles was probably a good call. I mean, the extra hit points would be nice, but it wouldn't have helped me out as much as it did in this instance, I believe, anyway. Given that it's only the enemy aircraft carrier remaining, I mean, I'm not just going to sit around my cap and wait for the battle to end, nor am I going to try and chase down an enemy aircraft carrier. I mean, it's a Hiryu, so it's a whole lot faster than I am, so I'm making my way into the A cap zone. I'm going to cap A and try and just make this battle end a little quicker here. We have more aircraft coming, but again, not a big deal. I managed to shoot down 2 of them before they dropped their bombs, and I managed to shoot down another one for a 3rd aircraft on their way out. So that's pretty decent. We can get a quick glimpse of the enemy aircraft here, and this was the first sort of moment that I realized there might be a Kraken in this for me. It's possible. I wasn't sure of my chances, and I wasn't, didn't think my chances were too high of getting it, I should say, because I'm so slow. The Nagato's fairly slow, and I mean, this aircraft carrier I figured was just going to drive or point his ship and sail right to the corner of the map and just wait for the battle to end, save himself a bit of repair costs, I guess. That's what I figured was going to happen. Anyway, getting closer into A, we can see more dive bombers are incoming here, and I was wondering, how many damn planes does this Hiryu have? Because I shot down a lot of this guy's planes, and he still has full squadrons coming at me, so questioning what was going on there. But anyway, those dive bombers come in, managed to shoot down a few more of them, so that's not too bad at all. I do have my friendly aircraft carrier, though, right behind me, right? We can see him there, so I'm benefiting from my aircraft carrier's AA right now so much. I mean, you saw those planes come in and just get obliterated. So it was pretty sweet. So we're slowly making our way into A. We can still sort of see the enemy aircraft carrier now, right? My friendly aircraft carrier went in with dive bombers, and those dive bombers managed to hit the friendly aircraft carrier, but didn't finish it off. Enemy aircraft carrier is on incredibly low health at this point in time. I'm still thinking to myself, well, maybe I can get myself a Kraken. I don't want to get greedy. This is a ranked battle. Something could happen and I could just die, and then it's all over and we'll lose and I'll get angry. But I'm going to try and hold it together and just cap this point, see what happens, see what I'm dealt with. I'm going to at least point my ship, or sort of sail my ship here in a direction that I think will be good enough if I do spot the enemy aircraft carrier, that I'll be able to take him out. Because keep in mind, I do have a friendly aircraft carrier, so that player obviously has planes, and those planes will be doing some spotting here for me, hopefully. So that's the plan anyway. So we almost do have the ACAP zone, which is fantastic. This is going to rack up some more points for myself as well. Off topic, I forgot to download Aslan's actually since the patch. You'll notice I don't have the damage counter there. It just sort of popped into my mind right now, so I'll have to do that later on and get that going as well. Anyway, now that I'm done being off topic, we can see how finally capped the zone here. Sort of wondering whether or not I should just stay here or continue forward. I don't like to just sit around, even if it is the end of the battle. I'm going to continue forward here. My friendly aircraft carrier has some torpedo bombers on the way for the enemy aircraft carrier, so hopefully those will spot them, and there they go. They do spot them, so alright, we're just going to line up some shots here. I got a bit of time, put my full salvo out. I do see the enemy dive bombers coming, so we'll just select those, make sure that if my salvo misses, at the very least I'll be able to get a few more plane kills. Salvo looks good, and there we go. Fantastic. What a battle that was. I couldn't believe it. I did manage to get the coveted Kraken in a ranked battle without dying, and it being a victory as well. That doesn't happen. So you can see 491,000 credits, 5 kills, 3 citadel hits. I got close quarters, expert, dreadnought, kraken, and high caliber. About 7,400 experience, 124,000 damage, which was pretty damn great. 37 planes shot down, which was really surprising. Over 3,000 base experience for myself. So that is not too shabby at all. The enemy team, yeah, they did put up a pretty good fight though. But I mean, in the end, it was just none of them really were on full health, so I was able to take advantage of that. We can see some of the damage and how it was spread out across some of the players here that I encountered. Most of it going to the Miyoko, obviously, because I basically did all of the hit points on that player. 378,000 credits is what I walk away with, which is fantastic. You can see what I'm talking about, you know, farming some credits from ranked battles here, just to get my Hindenburg, hopefully later today, if not tomorrow. Anyway, I do hope you guys enjoyed the battle and enjoyed the video today as well. Remember to hit the old like button if you did like today's video. Hit subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Leave any comments you have for me in the video comment section below. Love reading those and responding back to them. And as always, I do hope you enjoy the rest of your day.